What's up YouTube? It's Vesp here from SkillUp.gg. Today I wanted to show you my final character coming out of the closed beta, or the open beta I should say. Obviously spent a lot of time playing over the last few days. Too much time, many would say, especially my fiance. But here it all is now. This is the character sheet. As we can see, I've got 5,135 DPS, I've got 6.2k health and 720 skill power. So just a quick note on these stats. I was really shooting for around 6k health. I found that 5k was the absolute bare minimum before you get shredded just too quickly in the Dark Zone. I thought 6 was a nice buffer. It's very easy to stack health at this point in the game, and health actually stacks as a flat value. It's not percentage based, so it's really easy to pile on lots of health. Very, very effective within the Dark Zone. So there was that. And then we go to primary DPS, so 5.1k. So there's a lot in that, obviously. That's a fairly decent number at this point. I could jack that a lot more, obviously, if I put more points into firearms and whatever else. But I thought 5.1 was pretty decent, quite competitive. Skill power I have completely deprioritized, given the lack of gear at this point to be able to stack that stat. Given that it's percentage-based increase, and given how rarely you use your abilities as compared to your gun when you're in the Dark Zone, it was a very easy choice to go straight for primary DPS and health over skill power. But I mean, that'll surely come later. I think skill power is mainly for PvE style content, PvE style content, or unless they change things in the future and how the way the Dark Zone works. But you can see my Liberator here, my Pride and Joy. It's fairly decked out. It's got sight here that I'm using is optimal range and accuracy. Accuracy actually does appear on your character sheet as a increase to DPS. We've got extended magazine. Now this is the big one here that really drives up my DPS. I've got magazine size, which has a huge impact on character sheet DPS, but I also have 7% weapon damage, which again is massive. So they're pretty much the two best stats that you can get on a magazine. So yeah, there's that. I have a vertical grip, which is initial bullet stability and stability. These are, in my opinion, the two best stats that you can get for an assault rifle because of how much it kicks, especially this rifle, as I mentioned in a previous video, which I'll link. I think this rifle kicks more than any other rifle that I've used. So controlling that initial bullet stability and overall stability of the weapon is really paramount. And finally, for a muzzle, I've got 6% accuracy, which again shows up on my character sheet. And I had an option to go 13 critical hit damage, but I have very low critical hit chance. You can see I got 0%. So if I put, I didn't even know I had 0%, but there it is, 0%. So obviously if I put any points into critical hit damage, I'm literally getting no benefit out of that, no point. So I have some other weapons, whatever, nothing special here. I have a Magnum, great weapon to use to finish off opponents, really recommend that one actually. I have a decent set of armor here, which is, in firearm stat, health, protection from elites, and armor. Very basic gas mask. I've got a nice set of purple police pads. That's exotic damage resilience and 74 health. Minor attributes burn, bleed, and shock resistance. My backpack, I've gone here for a health backpack with bonus armor and ammo capacity. I do find I run out of ammo quite a bit in the Dark Zone actually, especially as I'm aiming to go rogue for quite some time. I do need to resupply. Having that extra 15% ammo does help out a little bit. On my gloves, this is a really important one. I've actually got blue gloves as opposed to these purple ones, right? These gloves actually give me plus assault rifle damage, and that actually does show up in my character sheet because I'm using an assault rifle at the moment. Here I could go for more DPS, but I lose in doing so a lot of health, and I wasn't really willing to make that trade-off. See, I'm losing, what is it, nearly 700 health, and I'm gaining, 200 DPS. To me, that wasn't worth it, so I stuck with the blue gloves. And my holster is a really good one. It's actually all three stats. Now, I'm not sure if only holsters can roll all three stats, or if any gear can do that, but there it is. It's a really great holster with 4% skill haste as well. It was a very easy choice. When I saw the vendor selling that one, I snapped that up very quickly. So yeah, that's it guys, that's my character. You can see my overall stats here, which I'll scroll through quickly, and you can pause the video and look at these if you like. I won't call any of them out now, except to say that critical hit damage there is totally wasted because of the fact I have 0% crit. My headshot damage is at base value of 50% because I haven't put any points in that. And yeah, reload time 2.4 seconds, standard for the assault rifle type. And all weapon damage bonus, that's an interesting one. We'll talk about that later. But yeah, basically, that's not true. It's not actually all weapon damage bonus. It's actually across just the weapon that I'm using. It's not all weapons at all. So we'll come back and talk about that later in a future video. So make sure you subscribe and you'll know when that one becomes available. And the other stats here don't really matter that much at this point. They'll come to matter a lot more in the future. But that's it, guys. That's my character. Very sad the beta is over. Very sad that I will have to say goodbye to this guy that I've worked so hard on. But I've had an absolute blast, and I want to thank Ubisoft and Massive for putting on such a fantastic open beta. It really ran flawlessly, or near flawlessly. They took care of a lot of the cheating as well, which is great. A lot of the cheese spots associated with the Dark Zone. They did a really fantastic job. So hats off to them. Thanks so much for all your work. Guys, if you liked this video and you found it useful, remember to like and subscribe. I've got plenty more videos on the way. In particular, one breaking down how character sheet DPS works, and another one talking about a full explanation of all of the stats that I just went through towards the end of the video there. That's in addition to further mods or videos on weapon testing and mods and a whole bunch of other good stuff. So please stick around, like and subscribe. Hope to see you guys again. Thanks for listening, and I'll see you soon. Take care. Bye-bye.